you. Coming up, more problems for a troubled
Earthquake.
singer. Yep,
We're
we've
having
got
an earthquake.
Have you ever felt an earthquake or witnessed the effects of one? Seismic intensity, which is the shaking you experience, can be gentle or severe, short or long, jerky or rolling. Unlike earthquake magnitude, which is a measure of the energy released and is the same for all locations, the seismic intensity you feel depends on where you are. Before we address each factor, let's clarify the difference between magnitude and intensity by comparing a light bulb to an earthquake. The light bulb represents the location within the Earth called the hypocenter, where the earthquake begins. The magnitude, or size of an earthquake, is like the wattage of a light bulb. Just as the wattage represents the amount of power of the light bulb, the magnitude is related to the total amount of energy released by the earthquake's source. The intensity, or shaking level, is like the amount of light from a light bulb that is received at any spot in a room. A small light bulb in one area of a room will make that area bright with high-intensity light, but it will leave the distant areas of the room dim with low-intensity light. So, a given earthquake has only one magnitude, but will produce different intensities of ground shaking at different locations, as on a shake map. But where did shake maps come from? After the 1906 magnitude 7.8 San Francisco earthquake, an intensity map was created using reports by California residents. Numbered colors represent the modified Mercalli intensity scale, which reflects the effects of an earthquake. In Zone 5, moderate shaking was felt. Houses rocked, cracking plaster, and some water tanks toppled over. In Zones 8 and 9, people, horses, and cattle were thrown off their feet, bridges were wrecked, and wood-frame buildings slid off their foundations. The lower numbers generally dealt with how the earthquake was felt by people. The higher numbers were based on observed structural damage. Human observations still help scientists understand earthquake ground shaking, but intensity is now measured by seismometers and illustrated by USGS shake maps, like this modern reconstruction for the 1906 earthquake. Colors represent peak ground acceleration, that is, how quickly the ground shook and how swiftly it changed direction. The red zones reached 1G acceleration, or 100% of gravity, a violence of shaking illustrated in this shake table experiment. In the green zone, moderate shaking occurred with accelerations of up to 10% of gravity. In closing, if you feel the bump of an earthquake, it's important to know that the first waves may not be the strongest. Take immediate actions to drop, cover, and hold on before strong shaking arrives. That can save lives and reduce the risk of injury.